Okay, hi, hello. Welcome to Tom Foolers. This is our Tomcast, our podcast.
Where we cast about pods.
Those familiar with things. We are going through a rebrand, sort of. Brand is staying the same, but we're changing the look of things, changing the name of nothing, I think. But things will change.
Yeah, we're polishing it up.
But we have one big change.
What would that be?
That's me.
This is Tom 4.
My name's Tom 4 or Chris or Darksider.
Just because we are doing a bit of a rebrand here. We're going to reintroduce ourselves, because we never really did that in the first place anyway.
We're professionals.
Anyway, I'll start. I'm Jake.
Oh, that was it? That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. All right. I got it.
Yeah, I don't really know what I want to say. I have side stuff that I do on YouTube as well. Happy birthday.
All right, going down the list, I guess it's me next. I'm Josh. My main channel is Meester Josh 15, or Meester Josh is fine too. It really does not matter. I guess I'll go into a little bit more detail, but all I do mainly is review-focused video game-esque essay stuff, which obviously, if you couldn't tell, our focus is video game-based topics on most of our stuff. Talk about video games, and then I also have other stuff where I just gameplay, stream, all that stuff. So I play video games and I like to talk about them is more or less what I do.
All right. My name's Grant. I grew up in a small town, lived in Iowa. No, I'm kidding. Jake said don't do that, so we're not going to do that.
I did say don't do that, and you did it.
I did it anyway. Anyway, my channel is Sick Shaka Bro. I only have the one. My main focus on that channel is a bunch of playthroughs. When I get done with it, the games, I should say, I rank how I felt about the game. I give it a score, Sick Shaka score. I talk a little bit about that in our podcast from September, from season 1, shall we say. I don't know if we said it. This is season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, rebranding will be seasons now.
Yeah, we're doing seasons now. But I talked a little bit about how my channel is set up. I primarily play shooter games or fantasy games or mostly modern stuff, but yeah.
Tom 4. No, my name's Chris, as I said, or Darksider. Doesn't really matter. I have been gaming ever since I can remember. I do music production, I do EDM and all that kind of stuff. And I do a gaming channel on and off. So if you want to see what music I do, it's under the channel Darksider D4RK 5ID3R, or my gaming channel is Darksider Gaming, which I guess is a good segue into what kind of games I like. I will start the list with Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda. It was a household game of my family's, and my older brothers have played it on and off for maybe ever since it came out. And when I started playing it, I literally needed my brother's help because I kept getting scared at the Shadow Temple, and it was just too spooky for me. So I kind of stopped playing it when the 3DS came out. I started playing the 3DS version, and I really still never beat it until 2019 was when I completed it for the first time. Now I play it a whole lot. I do randomizers, glitchless speedruns, or attempt of speedruns. But I try to just play the game, have fun in different ways. So it's kind of what I do on my free time if I feel up to it. My second game out of 5 would be Call of Duty 3. This game is technically my first game that I've actually played. The other times it was kind of just like a Legend of Zelda was just like, oh, here, you have fun with it, little bro, and then kick me off 5 minutes later. So Call of Duty 3 was my actually first time playing a video game. It brought me into the modern shooter world. Some of my most favorite maps on that game were Eaterdom, because it just had fast gameplay, or Les Ormes, which I have fond memories of glitching on top of buildings and sniping people from across the map. But yeah, that's Call of Duty. Moving on, my third favorite game is a classic, and I think a lot of people here probably know what it is. It's a good old game of RuneScape, 2007. Yeah, what's RuneScape? Good thing you asked. It is a MMORPG. Some people call it maybe hyper fantasy. I just call it fantasy. Just go around, you have a bunch of skills, and Basically a MMORPG sandbox. You do what you want. You have fun. Number go up. Dopamine drops. That's really about it. I stopped playing when the update of EOC came out, if anybody knows what that means. It's the evolution of combat. So the the game kind of turned more into World of Warcraft, added a lot of different combat styles, different attacks, being able to hotkey attacks to your keyboard, and it kind of killed the game off because we just wanted a normal point and click kind of game, not a huge MMO that like World of Warcraft is, where you need to focus and you need to time attacks and all that. And so I stopped playing that. And back in 2024, I came back with my brothers, and we played a game mode called Group Iron Man, which is where you get everything yourself. You can't trade with anybody except for your teammates. So you kind of locked to your own kind of skill set, I guess.
So is that the difference between why there's a RuneScape and an old school RuneScape, is one became like a World of Warcraft?
Yeah, so RS3 is technically the original RuneScape. Old school RuneScape is I think it was a 2011 re-release, I'm not too sure. But yeah, so RuneScape has held a lot of memories in my life, but going back to more shooter-based games, my number 4 favorite game, or like most memorable game, is Borderlands series. It definitely has my sense of humor, whether if it's the dark sense of humor, the just hillbilly, like just being kind of stupid, just silly humor is my humor. And I played Borderlands 1 in pre-sequel just a little bit, but I heavily played Borderlands 2 and 3. I played Borderlands 2 like 6 or 7 times, all on each game mode, several different characters, and then I started playing Borderlands 4 because it's just released. And then yeah, my number 5 is Phasmophobia. It's started my horror game kick. I never used to be in the horror games or spooky games. I never really liked horror movies. That quickly changed after I watched some of the Conjuring movies, and I'm just like, you know what, Phasmophobia actually sounds kind of fun. Let's give it a go. And it quickly became my number 1 game. Like, not my most played game, but my most enjoyed game. So expect more horror games to be played by me, question mark? I'll play games, what's it called? Outlast, if I even have to.
He said it.
I'll play Outlast.
We're gonna poop our pants. It's scary.
Maybe that's what they want to see. Who knows? Well, they'll have to let us know. I don't know if that's any better.
So yeah, that was a bit of a follow-up to one of our previous Season 1 Tomcasts. It was one of the ones we enjoyed the most, so we figured you'd have Chris do a quick version of it.
If you wanted all of our 3 takes on our stuff for our 5 games...
Too bad. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we have for a very long time about each of our games. So if you want to go listen to that, we'll throw it in the description or something like that if editor remembers to, probably. Regardless, yeah, so we won't go into that too much more, I would say.
I hope you guys can enjoy what I might bring to the table, and with my vivid kind of...
No tables.
Okay, no tables. No tables. The tables
have been taken away. Yeah, they've been taken away. We're moving out.
Taken away. Not even turned. They're just taken away. But no, I hope you guys will enjoy what I kind of bring, my kind of humor, my kind of gaming experience, and anything else that I might stupidly do to make content. So
the more men, the stupider we get. This is fantastic.
There just weren't enough podcasts of just dudes talking, so I think we just need to add our hat to the ring. You know?
Yeah, we really got to add to that pool. Yeah,
we're adding so many pools. No tables though.
No table.
What we wanted to talk about too, I think, was another thing, was just talking about how we wanted to approach the channel, I believe. So, just because that's another thing we haven't really touched upon, aside from our introductions and all that jazz, is, you know, what we're doing. And so far we have a set slew of content of varying degrees at this time. And I guess what we want to go into, what we want to expect more from that, I guess, or what you'd expect if you, maybe this is your first video watching of us, I guess.
Yeah, so to kind of give very basics, like he was saying, like Josh was just saying, we've got some stuff already in the pipeline. We've got stuff we've already done. Some of that stuff may look different if you're familiar with the channel. Again, we're redesigning a lot of stuff. We got new icons. We kind of want to simplify how things look, make it a little more readable. But yeah, I mean, what's there isn't leaving. Just might change names. But yeah. We're looking to pretty much just expand off of what we've already started.
More or less, yeah. Nothing's like drastically changing. If you saw any of the content prior and you're like, wow, I really enjoyed Mario Party, they still expect the same type of games. We're not changing anything. We're just adding a new player to fold and maybe diversifying our portfolio, so to speak. Obviously, we do have games right now. I guess that might be a question if one was curious of what games we are going to do. So far, I think we've been in every video to the date with our channel that's uploaded, we've had us three in the videos, correct?
Yeah.
Obviously, that will not always be the case simply for the fact that, you know, we're all individuals and adults with our own lives.
And we added Chris.
Exactly. So
I'm here now, baby.
trying to talk about more people is going to be a little rough. However, we can work around that. We'll have a lot of games that will feature all four of us, whether that be a co-op game or a multiplayer game, something like Mario Party for an example. That is something we'll still do. At this time, Chris is not joining us for that. He is not a Mario Party aficionado, unfortunately.
Mario Party is fun, but I just can't take it seriously because I am kind of over my whole entire, like, competitive side. I used to play sports back in high school. I wasn't even that competitive back then, and so I wasn't even that competitive back then. I didn't really like being competitive. When I play Mario Party, it's for fun. I just go around the board collecting the most coins, and if I get like the most coins, then I personally win, and I'll just sit in that main center and just keep going in circles. I have fun with it, so maybe I'll pop in once or twice. But I'm not a huge competitive player.
So yeah, obviously with that we'll have different types of games like that. So expect those still to show up. What if somebody is not interested or in a game? Well, we've done single player games in a sense where you've seen something like me, Grant, or Jake take the lead of something, and we're commenting on it. That's still going to happen, of course, too. Chris will be player one, or any of us will be. And also, we've decided to go at this point with the four of us that we just might be interchanging hosts, or in terms of who's all going to be there. Sometimes maybe one of us can't be there just due to life circumstances. Like I said, we had a lot going on over the last couple months with many of us, so we just kind of had to bow out of a few things. So maybe if I'm busy in a month or two, maybe you guys will report stuff without us. I think the cast at this time, we're going to try to get all four of us. Obviously, nothing's set in stone at this time. It's very fluid, so keep that in mind. But yeah, with games, just expect a rotating cast. Obviously, all four of us will try to be in as much as we can, but sometimes expect maybe just a 2-person project or 3-person. So just whatever you guys like. And of course, I think at this point, I can say I am open to suggestions. We have, of course, our own list, but if you guys are curious to see something, feel free to. I'm always happy to hear outside opinions, especially on things I never maybe have thought of prior. So I don't know about you guys, but...
So the biggest expectation, if we're ready to move on, that I think I wanted to cover, the biggest one I think I want to cover here is be prepared for more content. And what I mean by that is we've already talked about the variety. There's going to be, be ready. Here we come. But we're changing the way we're doing things in a little bit. So before we had this pre-made schedule, we have to have a video every week, or recently it's been every other week. We have to have a video prepared, prepped, ready to go. We found issues with the first way we were doing it. We found issues with this way that we're doing it. We're going to try a new approach where as soon as the series is ready, as soon as videos are edited and ready to post, we're just going to post them. We're not going to schedule things out like we used to. We're not going to have a set schedule. There's not going to be, this must be done on this date. We are trying to get more content, more variety, more videos out. So this is an attempt to do so. Many of us who rewatch our own videos kind of get lost when it's so far apart. So I know some series will be tried to be tackled in a week. or if they're longer, obviously that's not possible. But I know, for example, our boards are normally like 4 or 5 parts long, so maybe that will be a video a day through a week. But we're not trying to limit ourselves anymore and set ourselves to this predetermined schedule that doesn't truly exist. We're going to, as soon as something's ready, get that out to you guys. But that's the biggest change, I think, that I can think of, besides the visual stuff. Like Jake said earlier, you're gonna see some changes. We really shout out Jake here too. The icons look amazing. I cannot wait for those to come out. I am so excited. He showed me mine. At first I was like, oh man, I kind of like the cartoony us. And then he showed me my icon and I was like, nope, send it. I'm good. Who needs the old? In with the new. This is fantastic. So I'm really excited. I have a lot of hope and anticipation for what we're doing, the big changes we're making. I think this is good stuff. I hope you guys are excited about this as well. But be prepared. There are some differences coming.
Breaking news: 4 white dudes threaten to release content.
So going off of that, though, you might see stuff like little droughts here and there.
Yep.
We're going to keep things divvied up, so we're not going to bloat up with, like, let's say we get an entire series recorded and done. We're not going to just send that out. We do want to have breaks in between.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
To have things. But like Grant said, like, if there's something we can just shove out in, like, a week, like a board of Mario Party, sure. But, like, we're going to try and have it so, like, things are, you know, there's stuff in between. It's not just going to be, here's Mario Party.
Here's Mario Party. Here's Mario Party.
And aside from Mario Party, obviously that is somewhat of a longer term commitment. With like the boards, how we were having multiple boards over the course of the many months that they've been coming out. But we're talking more to longer games that aren't just 5 parts, games that aren't just an hour long to beat.
Yeah.
We've been teasing, we've been recording, we have been messing with ideas that are longer games. You know, I guess games you would want to call actual length, whether it be 5, 10, 15, who knows, hours. You know, we're working with that. We've been working with many different things, and that's going to be something we're going to work on. So yes, that might take a bit to come out. But of course, when that is, we'll hopefully have a steady stream for you guys, so there's not going to be very long droughts. So you're not going to be waiting 2 weeks for a new episode, because you should get it into something that is more reasonable, and you're not going to be like, cool, oh, what even happened the last time?
That was me.
I mean, I don't even know, I guess, in terms of recording, like, I don't even remember how many months ago. It's got to be at least half a year since we recorded Five Nights at Freddy's, if I'm being honest, between that and its release now. I swear to God, I don't remember when we did that, but that's just like an example, or that, and then, but like the episodes in between, like what day are we on? That's just a recent example.
More content that's more up to date, and now with no schedule, like no like set schedule, I guess I should say, is we have the freedom to do what we want when we want, and get that content up to date into your guys's notification box, hopefully. But we just want to start pumping out content. We want to do what we want and have fun, and hopefully you guys have fun with us.
We would like more, but not for our quality to slip either. If anything else, we'd rather our quality go higher, it get better. We've set new guidelines for our own video editing, and maybe this is boring, but where we want to see ourselves improve. And I think we've come a long way from where we started. Shout out Buckshot, my very first editing, where the audio was terrible. But I think
Comment on that video.
I think I really pissed that guy off.
Stop.
Yeah, you need to fix this now.
Yeah, it's like we all look to edit stuff. Like, obviously, in terms of priorities, we have real life, our stuff. Maybe, like, I kind of, in a sense, want to prioritize my stuff, my main stuff, in a higher priority sense. But at the same time, I look to improve every video I make. That's like a personal rule. I always think, like, what could I have done better? I always come out, like, at the end of my video being like, I think that's some of my best work in terms of, like, just quality and editing. And I look back on it, and a lot of my earlier audio sucks. I'm gonna be honest. I had a couple early comments being like, yeah, audio mixing sucks on this one, or just general stuff like that. And I take it all into account, whether I agree with it fully or not. I'll still think about it. I'll play around with stuff like valid criticism, or even just your content sucks. I think regardless of this could be used. And obviously, we'll have our topics. This was like a little topic teaser, and we had our topics of the month. I think we're still going to plan to do games of the year or our expected games and stuff like that, because we'll have topics to talk about. However, I think we could also use this as a receptacle to just talk about, I guess, personal stuff, us updates. You know, it's a channel update in the form of a podcast casual. We're just talking and more or less bullshitting is really what we're doing. But trying to do it in a more entertaining kind of value to the people who care. So, but yeah, once again, this is something we're always going to improve. So obviously, nothing is concrete. Nothing's rigid. We'll change it up if we feel the need to. But regardless, I'm excited to grow. I would love to just see more people, build a community. That's just something I've really wanted to do. And I hope we can do that. It's something I desperately just want to do. And with a group of us, I think it'd be fun. Just talking about games. I don't know. I never really shared in many online stuff. I did forums for a bit in my life, but like I never had those online, everyone Discord and stuff. I don't have my Discord groups of just random online people I meet, so I don't know. It's cool. But that's just a me thing. I don't know.
Yeah, along those lines, I would agree. I think we're really trying to build a community. This channel cannot exist without a team. That's why we've expanded ours, but why we want to hear from you guys too. What are you interested in? What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? Let us know in the comments. And I'm trying not to shill anything, but what exactly is it you guys are looking for this channel? But for real, I am genuinely curious to see what it is you guys would like to see. What topics do you want us to cover? I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's hard coming up with ideas for, okay guys, what do we want to talk about? I mean, how long do we spend a night?
I mean, once again, I always want people to give me their honest opinions and not even, it's just engagement bait or any of that stuff. I genuinely want to help see what people say. I may take it into account or I may simply ignore it, but I like to see the general vibe. Like, if I post a one-off video that I think is kind of dumb, but everyone's like, honestly, more of this, well, we'll give it a shot. I'm open to changing.
We want more Josh. We want more Josh.
Just in general.
Just replace ourselves.
Yeah.
Just make a Josh cast, there's 4 Joshes. Josh and then his clones.
I don't even want to hear myself in my recordings when I listen back to my voice. 4 of that would be impossible.
Anyway,
right.
I don't think we have really much else we wanted to talk
I don't
about.
think
This
so.
is a bit of a reintroduction, an introduction to Chris.
Hello, that's me.
That's Chris. Hi.
A little sneak peek into our, not rebrand, but reimagining maybe.
But no, I guess, yeah. So, I guess to wrap everything up, we have our introductions, and you guys got to learn a little bit about me, and let us know what you guys want to expect from us for the future. We have more games, different variety, mix of retro and modern, whatever you guys want to see. We're trying to get more content out when it's available. We want more up to date, and yeah, take it away, Josh.
Sorry, I was going to say last thing, and kind of even didn't leave it here. Talk about this. We talk about video games, we're playing video games, and all this stuff, but actually, I had an idea. If you guys want anything else to just talk about in general, just throw it out. Cool to talk about other topics. I'm not talking about we give our opinion on the socioeconomic state of the world and my thoughts on stock markets, but like more just, interests, hobbies outside of that. I'm more just talking about things outside of video games. We don't have to keep it strictly to video game talk.
Like what our favorite cheese is.
Sure.
We could do movie reviews. How about movie reviews?
Honestly, I've been thinking about that.
We talked about video game movies, so like just merging
Like
stuff.
Superman.
Yeah, you're a little addicted to Superman.
Exactly, yeah. The brunt of our stuff, we could do that like a movie club, like book club, but with movies,
That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know. Once again,
Let
we'll
us
figure it
know.
out. Yeah, exactly. We'll do what you guys really want to see in a sense, to a degree. So,
We'll see you guys next time. There's no set schedule, so,
All right, bye.
Enjoy season 2, everybody.